right, she feels like she is being a bit of an a-hole here for abandoning her family to go to college, Cass?
I come from a pretty poor family, and throughout high school, I've been working part-time to help support the family. It's not the sole income, but it is a substantial part because my mom's an illegal immigrant and only able to get paid under the table and part-time at that. I got into a top college, and due to my family's financial status, I got a full ride. No tuition. I don't have to pay room and board, etc. All of it covered for financial reasons. This isn't tied to academic performance, and it's guaranteed for as long as I attend, so it is a crazy good opportunity. I have the opportunity to go to a top college for free, and this will lead to much, much more opportunities. Unfortunately, it's across the country from where I live. My mom is begging me not to go. My sister is too young to work for a few years, and my mother doesn't make much, so I left instead of staying and continuing to support the family. If I left, instead of staying and continuing to support the family, they'd be forced to have an even worse standard of life. I told them I'll continue working until the end of the summer, but I have to go. Going hurts us short term, since my family will have less money, but not going hurts us long term. Going gives me the opportunity in a few years to make lots of money, which can be more helpful than what I can do as a high school graduate working minimum wage. And plus, for selfish reasons, I want to go. I want to learn, and I want to live a life vastly different from my mom's life. I want to be great. So I've decided that I need to go, both for altruistic and selfish reasons. I know it'll be hard on my mom and sister, but they'll figure out a way to survive. I'll be working full-time over the summer rather than just part-time, so that should be a little extra to tide them over. In 2 years, my sister will be able to work too, so I'm sure they'll make it. My mom thinks I'm incredibly selfish to leave her and my 12-year-old sister to struggle, and even my sister is telling me their life will be much worse without me here. It does make me feel guilty, but I feel if I give this up now, I'll someday end up in the same position as my mom, only with an opportunity to change everything that I never took. Am I selfish? Am I the a-hole?
Oh, this one's not easy. If you guys want to get in on this, you've been through this and you want to give her some advice here, 1-855-BERT Show. Anybody?
I feel like it's easy. She's not an a-hole.
Yeah?
No, not at all.
I agree. I don't think she's an a-hole at all. This actually brings up a discussion I saw the other day that went viral about there was a guy who was asking, as a kid, do you owe your parents anything? Like once you're older and you're done, technically when you want to start to live your own life and make your own decisions, do you owe it to your parents in order to make these decisions that will somewhat benefit them? And his point was no. Your parents did what they were supposed to do. And when you get to the point of where you are supposed to focus on your life or your own family, that is not you abandoning your parents. That is simply you going off of what they helped you do, which is make that decision.
So I'm trying to be sensitive to a situation that I've never been in, because here she's saying like the family needs me to work right now in order to prosper. And I feel like I'm bailing on the family because I've been part of this financial machine also, which I've never had to make that decision. So I can understand the guilt that's involved in that.
I can understand the guilt for sure, but I don't think this at all makes her an a-hole. And like each adult is responsible for themselves. She's not responsible for her mom and her sister. Her mom is responsible for her and for herself and her sister. So I think what she's doing and working full time over the summer to like save up money to help them, I personally don't think she's the a-hole at all.
So my tact on this as the parent would be much different than what we're hearing in this email. I would be living with just as much guilt as she is. If I knew that my kids were making a decision to make me happy and not following their happy path, that would make me feel, seeing her every day or seeing him every day in my house, knowing that's really where they want to be, I'd feel like I was holding them back. And as a parent, my only goal is to make sure my kids are happy, period. But there's financial realities to it that she's going through as well. Heather, good morning. You're on the Bert Show.
Good morning.
Hey.
I'm a tad bit frustrated, and I'm trying not to cry. I did this myself. I stood back for my family to help them, to take care of them. I will be 50 in October, and I'm just now at a point to where I'm with a company that I can see longevity with, and I can make somewhat decent money, which isn't really decent. It's $25 an hour. After taxes, it's really not much, but I didn't go to college. I didn't do what I wanted to do to progress in my life, and I regret it now. And it's selfish for the parent to ask the child to hold back on taking care of themselves so that they can, in return, take care of her in the long run. And I understand the the immigration aspect of it, but the mother can work to get her visa. She can find something that pays under the table. She's working part-time. I'm sure there's someone else out there that wouldn't mind paying her cash. To me, I feel like the parents are just so selfish for even asking. And if she doesn't take this opportunity, she's going to regret it, and eventually she's going to resent her mother.
I can feel this one coming from your soul on this. So you still have some kind of resentment.
Yes, I grew up in foster care, and I've actually spoken with y'all before. And every home that I've been in, I've always been around the oldest child and had to take care of. When it was time for me to go, I had foster sisters and foster brothers that were in abusive situations, and I took them on and took care of them. I've moved a few of them to Georgia when I moved to Georgia. I wish that I could have gone back and done something for myself instead of holding back and trying to do for other people.
I appreciate you calling. Thank you. Let me take one more call on this because the immigration part is a strong part of this email here. Good morning, Stephanie. You were on the Bert Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning. This is, I know some of you have said it's not like she's being an a-hole or not, but this is very common. Like, this is very common, especially for first generation Latinos or Hispanic, for them to feel some sort of guilt for taking on ventures like that and moving away because you feel like you're disappointing your family in that way. So I think it's okay for her to feel that way. Now, do I agree with the mother? No. I think she needs to let her daughter go.
Is this common in the Hispanic community? I mean, I think that Romeo has talked about this also, that he just feels like because his parents sacrificed so much to get to this country that you feel like in order to pay that back, I got to be part of the family and I got to help out financially.
Very true.
Yeah. So that's a tough one.
Well, for me, I feel like she should go. She's not the a-hole, but if I were her, I would get a part-time job at college and send money home. And that way I would appease my guilt a little bit, but still live my life.
The Bert Show.
So first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get the Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.